My name is Raleem Moses, and I live in Monroe, New York. I've known Deborah for many years. I found out about the class through the meditation and because I follow her on Facebook and I follow her on other social medias. I've never taken another class with Deborah, but what I did join her on a retreat to Dominican Republic, which was a life-changing experience and began the work that I'm doing now. It's part of the work that I'm doing now. I decided to take the energy transformation class because I felt like I needed to do things and do work on myself. I know that energy, just through meditation, I know energy is important, and I didn't think that my energy was always good. I always felt like some of the stuff that I was carrying was heavy, and just something was inside me that I felt like needed to come out, or that may had the potential of coming out. I wasn't sure, but I was willing to try just because of the experience that I've had with Deborah. The class was phenomenal. It was definitely a life change. I'm not one of those people that, you know, give credit where it's not due. I'm not a fake, and I'm not a fraud, and I'm not going to pretend. So I would say it absolutely changed me. I had things that were touched upon I didn't even realize was bothering me. I kind of like misdirected the energy or the anger that I was feeling. And the class actually got me to realize exactly the core of the problem. And once I realized what the core was from, I was able to like smash it and go on to other things. And like, oh, it was amazing. It was amazing. And, you know, just some misdirected energy. Misdirected, is that a word? I don't know, but that's the only way I could explain it. And once I realized it was life changing for me. I mean, in all aspects of my life, and just also getting in my own way about some things, you know, and just realizing that the universe fixes it all. At the end of the day, the universe, no matter how, if I worry, if I don't worry, the universe fixes everything, but it starts with my energy. One profound exercise was posturing, how I felt. Oh, the posturing was like, because if that's how my inside was feeling, to see it from the outside was like life changing for me. Also, the questions. So we did an exercise where you had we were given prompts, and then we had to write about how that prompt made us feel. And I think that was also life altering for me. It was like, that's where I realized that it wasn't that was bothering me. It was this that was bothering me, and all of it triggers and all of how it connected. You know, so I did it like a brainstorm thing, like a brainstorm diagram. And when I looked at the diagram, I kept seeing certain things kept popping out at me several times. And then I realized that those issues needed to be addressed, or needed to be eliminated if possible. Just addressed, and see if this is what I want. And, you know, so those two exercises were the best for me. Posturing for me is identifying and recognizing how my insides are feeling. So if my insides are feeling angry, you know, I don't know what it's feeling. It feels kind of crazy inside. But when I make my body, my outside body, into that feeling, it's like it's tense, and it's outside tense instead of the inside tense. So when I'm doing it like, oh, well, I'm happy, and I'm like, and I feel relieved, and it just like really identifies how you feel on the outside by making the body tell a story from the outside. That's the best way I could describe posturing. I recommend this class to anyone who is not sure of themselves, who's feeling anxiety, who's sad, who is happy too often, giving too often. And just really, this class helped me pinpoint where these things were coming from. So I recommend this class for people who really trying to get to the next level, who really are just like, oh, this is where I am, I'm never gonna move on. You need to clear some crap out. You need to take this class. And I'm talking from a person, and my story is quite disturbing. And I'm talking from a person who's led a life where I say I'm not fake, but when I realized that I was fake, there were certain things that I was being fake about. I say I'm not a fraud, but then there's certain things I am being a fraud about because I'm not being real with myself. And so if you looking to be, just looking to go to the next level, no bull crap around. The class, the energy awareness class was where it was. So I would describe Deborah, and then I'm going to try not to be biased because I love her as a person, personally as a person. I love her for making me feel a part of something, for making me feel inclusive, for like helping me identify who I am. So removing all of that, to her teaching, the way she teaches, nobody in the room feels out of place. She connects the dots to even the most, the room is diverse. Everybody in the room feels like they're the only one going through something, and what she's able to do with her antics, her humor, her cursing, and her knowing, her understanding, her knowing, she's able to connect each person so that everybody will feel like they're not the only ones going through that. And that's so important, because if you go into a room feeling like you're the odd man out, you're not really going to put it all out there. How she connects us, you just willing to put it all out there, you feel safe. That's the best way to put it. She makes you feel safe. She makes you feel like you're not the only person to go out there. And her teaching is amazing. She's amazing. She's an amazing teacher. Another thing that I loved is, one of my things that I've challenged with is the best way to put it. And I fought with myself for many years. I never felt comfortable in a room. I never felt like I belonged to any group of people. And I always felt like an outsider. Any room I was in, whether I was at work, whether I was at school, at the PTA, anywhere I always felt like I didn't belong there, and I didn't feel attached to anybody. At the center, through Deborah, I found people that I simply adore, and that you would never guess from us walking down the street how we are connected. It's no way that you could say, okay, they're sisters, they're brothers, they're aunts and uncles. What are they? What connects them? You cannot pinpoint it. But this is where I found my tribe. This is where I found my sisters. This is where I found my brother. And, this is where I found a place to belong. I honestly found a place where I feel comfortable, and it's no. When I can't be here, it changes my life. When I can't see the people who I love to see them. I love to talk to them. I love to check in with them. I never was like that. I am not like that. I really do not let the phone ring. I hate it. But I love, if it's one of them, I'm like, okay, what's going on? And I don't feel weighed down. I feel built out. I feel built up around them. They make me feel better. They make me feel supported. They make me feel supported. Right. I understand.
You got it. So
you had to explain that to Kyle. But